even get to cross.
Hello ladies and gentlemen of the internet, my name is Henry and I'm going to be showing you my guide for Feral Druid in Legion patch 7.0.3. In this video I will only be covering PvP and not PvE, but I will make one for that later on, so be sure to like and subscribe so you see when that one comes out. Okay, so the things that I'm going to be covering are talents, core abilities and of course playstyle. First I'm going to be talking about the talents. Now the talents I feel have become even more important this expansion, due to the fact gear isn't something you can just have and stomp face with anymore because of the scaling up system now. Keep in mind I'm talking about battlegrounds and arenas. Anyone who is here for world PvP, most of this of course will be relevant, but gear will just play a more vital part, and if that is something you have, you're laughing. The first three talents to choose from are Predator, Blood Scent and Lunar Inspiration. Forget Predator, it's garbage, just don't use it. Blood Scent is okay because of the crit, but if you want to see some big damage, go with Lunar Inspiration. Now the reason why you want this is because essentially you're giving yourself another bleed effect. Not only any bleed effect, but a ranged magic bleed effect, so it can't be blocked, dodged or parried. Now with this next talent, it's pretty much a no-brainer here when it comes to deciding. Yes, the others are good, but the utility given by Wild Charge just can't be passed up. In your normal state you have a friendly leap to your allies. In trouble you can leap away from threats such as Blade Storm or even behind a pillar to LOS incoming damage. In cat form you have an ability that allows you to leap onto your target, and in bear form you have a charge that also stuns your target for those clutch moments when you're trying to go for a kill. Next on the tree is going to be one of my favourites, Restoration Affinity. This talent is fantastic as it gives you the ability to not only keep yourself up but also your teammates as well. Yes, what the other affinities have to offer are great and can be swapped out depending on what comp you play, but 9 times out of 10 you're going to want Resto Affinity because of the massive healing it has to offer. For the next talent, I'm not going to go into too much detail with, just because Mighty Bash is a Feral Druid's bread and butter, especially now it being our pretty much only form of CC. So make sure you have this focus macro too so you get the most out of this ability. I'll probably do a video in the future on Druid macros as well. Our next talent choice is going to have to be Savage Roar. It's kind of a bummer Incarnation is on the same line as this. I mean it's good, but the utility you can obtain from Savage Roar just can't be passed up. You can use it to proc Predator Swiftness at a moment's notice for those quick instant heals, and that damage increase is great for spread damage. Our second to last choice on the talent tree is going to be Elune's Guidance. Jagged Wounds is also a good choice, but like the same as I said with Savage Roar, the utility you can get with Elune's just can't be passed up. You can open with a 5-point Savage Roar, giving you an already instant cast over the roots to root your kill target, heal yourself or partner, with another 5 combo points being built up quickly to put all your bleeds on your target. I just can't pass up on this amazing ability that is also only on a 45-second cooldown. Now last but definitely not least, I'm going to be choosing Moment of Clarity. Now I can hear a few of you say, why not Brutal Slash? And hey, I did use this for a while, but once I started using Lunar Inspiration, it just became really clunky for PvP, and was being an energy starver, even though of its low energy costs. Moment of Clarity procs all the time, and I mean all the time. This gives you 3 casts at no cost. Now the beauty of this is you can really abuse it. If you use Thrash, a 50 energy cost when you proc Moment of Clarity, you get another bleed on your target. An AoE bleed, completely free, and can also get a few other hits off as well, costing you absolutely nothing. Okay, now that we have the talents covered, it's time to move on to your core abilities. For your core abilities, you have Shred, Rake, Rip, Ferocious Bite, Moonfire when spec'd into Lunar Inspiration, and of course Thrash for when you have Moment of Clarity procs. Your main source of damage comes from your finishing move, Rip. Rip does some amazing damage, so it's good to make sure this is up 100% of the time. Rip of course is not as effective unless you have all your bleeds up on your target. Rake and Moonfire combined make you a deadly dot dealer. They should always be used to build up your combo points to keep Rip applied. Shred is a great filler move for when you have extra energy and for generating combo points. Shred should only be used once Rake and Moonfire have been applied so you don't waste energy building combo points and can get Rip on your target as fast as possible. Ferocious Bite is a finishing move that can deal a great amount of damage when used above 50 energy. Think of this as an extra energy dump and should not be your go-to ability when you have 5 combo points. So if you're going to use it, make sure you have Rip up on your target first. Thrash is the extra bleed that I don't see too many druids using in PvP. Keep in mind it can also be used in bear form but is slightly less effective. I recommend only using this ability when you proc Moment of Clarity so you can cast it for free and avoid the high energy cost. It's not the end of the world if it's not up 100% of the time, but an extra bleed effect that can be applied to multiple targets dealing a decent amount of damage is always great. Now it's time to start talking about playstyle. I know everything I've said and about to say is a lot easier said than done, and in the heat of battle all things get a bit messy and we all make mistakes. In the clip you can see I make a few mistakes myself, bleeds falling off and using the wrong combo point builders at times too. But as long as you always keep an eye on your bleeds 80% of the time, you'll be doing some great damage. A few things you want to build into your mindset when playing a druid is to know your weaknesses, such as being an absolute squish ball. A good druid knows when to fight and when not to. You are a great class like a rogue for putting your opponent on tilt. In simplistic terms, you can piss a lot of people off if you play your class right. This can give you a huge advantage, especially in a 1v1 situation. The way you want to be playing is by keeping your bleeds up on as many targets as you can at all times, running away from threats that can deal a large amount of damage and healing your teammates when you can. This is the playstyle you want to have. Get in, get out, and stay mobile. As far as any kind of opener goes, you want to be starting in stealth. From there you need to use a Loon's Guidance to generate a quick 5 combo points. Use Savage Roar and then Feral Charge to quickly leap to your target. As soon as you land on your target, use Rake and follow with a Moonfire. In this moment you have 1 charge of Predatory Swiftness and need to decide how to use it. Root your target or heal yourself, or maybe even your teammate. It comes down to the situation you're in and can be completely different at times. By now you should have another 5 combo points and can apply Rip. After Rip you would have procced another charge of Predatory Swiftness and should be used how you see fit. After your whole opener, if you proc Moment of Clarity, you can also use Thrash for some extra damage. From here you can either use other abilities to try and take down this target if it looks viable, or swap to the next target and start putting your bleeds on them. Keep in mind you are a high priority kill target, so you may need to pop some defensives or maybe even run. The last thing I'm going to cover is the defensive side of your playstyle, and what little we have of it. The best defenses we have are the abilities we get from Resto Affinity, Rejuve, Regrowth, Swiftmend, and of course all grouped together with Yasuo's Gift. These are going to be your main source of survival, so make sure you use them when you can. We also have 2 charges of Survival Instincts, both on a 2-minute recharge. This will reduce all damage you take by 50% for 10 seconds. Remember, this is your best defensive, use it wisely. And no, they don't stack. Other than that, you pretty much have to rely on being able to outrun your opponent and swapping to bear form if you can't get away. Well, that's pretty much it for Feral PvP. This is the first video I've made for a long time and I really enjoyed making it. If this video is received well, I'll be making a whole heap more videos, such as macros, add-ons, PvE guides, and even class duel videos. So if you do want to see more videos from me, be sure to show your support. Thanks guys, and good luck in the arena.